EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right. 18. That's it.
Stroud off the play fake. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Quay Walker came through to make the sack.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on in, you think this is something we can see a lot?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
And this drive was almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush. What a great job getting pressure here on the first drive. 3 plays and already 2 sacks.
And that pressure has been intense right from the beginning, and I'm telling you, if they don't make an adjustment in play calling and protection, it'll go from intense to relentless.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans will take over.
At their own 44-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Here we go. Ready.
Stewart. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Marshall. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
79. Here we go. Go.
Now a 1st carry for Derrick Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
At the 44-yard line.
Now again, right side, Dickerson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Looking for his tight end, Daniels, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety, Cam Chancellor.
He'll take over at 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
All right. 18.
They run here with Rico Dowdle. And down inside the 40 with about the 38.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Open man, he's got his tight end, Elijah Royal. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And looking for Cliff, but this pass is intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Go.
That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
First down carry for Henry. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
16 yards. That's another Texans first down.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. So from the 37, here's second down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3 at the 37-yard line.
Again, it's Henry. And he gets it down to the 32.
A gain of 6. That's another Texans first down.
They'll try the right side with Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. We're scoreless after 1. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it second down and 12.
Hold it ready. Let's go now.
Going to go play action. Here's Stewart. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Here we go. Start. Let go.
From the gun, it's Stewart. He finds his man, complete. That's Marshall. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the fourth down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's first and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Stewart to throw it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Owen Daniels from 19 yards away. And the Texans post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Anderson to kick it away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First down. A gain of 11.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now Stroud. Short pass to Howard. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up second down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Play action. Here's Stroud. To the left side, catch made by Arroyo. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
70.
Henry up the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
He's taken down at the 34-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, Dickerson. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Let's go now.
They'll go with a keeper. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. Stewart sets to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Off the play fake, here's Cordell Stewart. Wide open, it's Marshall, complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Throwing now, Stewart. Touchdown, Texans! Vernon Davis in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Texans nothing. Morton Anderson to kick
So
off.
not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Adam Vinatieri set to kick off.
Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I think the first half, it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On the move past the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
I'm sorry, but it's almost unfair. Brandon Marshall can make so many plays, but even when you think he's covered,
he's not.
No, he's really not. He uncovers and makes a play on you and picks up good yardage in doing so.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 32-yard line. Back to throw. Stewart. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
It's 3rd down and 12.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown! Owen Daniels. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. And they'll accept that penalty.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. They'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 33 yards that time.
First down. A gain of 33 yards on the play. First down.
Throwing now is Stroud. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to get it back here just past the 35. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
The They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
At the 40-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Play action. Stewart. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Stewart. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted.
Intercepted by the Texans. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
On the quick, right?
Stroud. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 36. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Stroud. And one more time, here's Kirk. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
That's a pick up of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And Stroud now to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Incomplete.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Stroud looking to throw. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
That's another Texans first down. 1st and goal, Houston.
Dowdle will take this one in for a Texans touchdown. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10.
Texans 21, Texans 10. Adam Vinatieri set to kick off.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw a football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Off play action. Stewart
He'll try and do this himself.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They run the quick dive with All-Stop.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
Now a give, right side. Dickerson. 20. Touchdown, Houston. Eric Dickerson, 45 yards. And the Texans have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Following the touchdown, here's Anderson to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much over.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10.
And they will score. Pick 6 for the Texans TV.
I suppose it wasn't out of the realm of possibility that we could have seen a comeback, but that touchdown should put any hopes of a comeback out of reach. It's been a really quality effort for him here in this one.
And no matter what else you think, you have to admire the initiative to finish things off their way. Don't leave anything to chance, no matter how small the odds of a comeback were. Send it home with a touchdown and get to celebrate it.
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Here's Stroud.
Rifling one complete into the hands of Marshall. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Stroud to throw it.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw again.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Touchdown, Houston.
Nico Collins,
44 yards.
And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready, set.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
And the Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 34.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
That one deep from Marshall.
And that is incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Okay,
so back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing out of the shotgun, it's Stewart.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Here's Johnny Hekker now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big